What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today I'm going to showcase a Pokemon that has improved drastically in the last couple of seasons here, and that is Abomasnow. This Pokemon with both a Powder Snow as well as a Weather Ball buff is now so much better neutrally than it used to be, and having a very unique Ice and Grass typing gives it a lot of core breaking potential. Really quickly, before we get into the battles, I do want to say if you're not currently subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It helps out the channel quite a bit, and I'm going to be uploading a lot more in the future, so if you want to see more Go Battle League content, consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. Anyways, let's get into the battles and see what this team can do. First opponent of the day. Let's see what Abomasnow can do here. Alright, well, we actually see an opposing Charjabug, which is kind of interesting because I don't really have a hard counter to this Pokemon, but Powder Snow as well as Weather Ball will add up quite a bit here against them. And if I can get rid of this Pokemon, potentially that's going to open up my Jellicent later on in this game. But we'll see what they have in the backline, because obviously I am weak to X-Scissor here, so I'm going to take quite a bit of damage if I stay in this matchup. Alright, we actually go for a CMP tie here. Might be a little bit risky to do so, but looks like they did end up throwing the move right when I did. Weather Ball comes through it, doesn't get a knockout, it actually gets a shield instead, which makes sense. I'm going to let this go. I think I survive one X-Scissor here as a non-Shadow Abomasnow. Let's find out. They throw the move, we do survive, it does quite a bit. Oh my goodness, and the quickest swap in the West there. I switch instantly and I save my Abomasnow surely. But, you know, this is fine. We still get our Jellicent into the Annihilate, which is not bad. And, well, I know this is a Rage Fist, and, you know, it's not going to one-shot me here, and the next one will do more raw damage. I feel like keeping my Jellicent healthy is going to be a little bit more important here, because a Discharge is going to do less than even the first Rage Fist from an Annihilate, so let's see what they want to do here. They could shield this up if they really want to get my second shield down, which they actually do shield, okay. So right now, they should just barely be at the move. I should be able to overfarm a little bit here. But Charjabug does have a Discharge on it, so keep that in mind. But with shields being down, I think there's a good chance my Jellicent can put in a lot of work right now. Alright, they do throw instantly with the Discharge here. But I mean, that's fine. I'm not even weak to Annihilate, and they have cleared their boosts, so I'm not that worried about them saving that Pokemon. I'll build a little bit of extra energy here. 2 Hexes will make it so I only take 1 Volt Switch from them before I can knock them out here with this Surf. Let's see if they end up coming back and Annihilate, or if we see the third now. We see the third Pokemon. It's a Gastrodon of all things, which honestly, you might not expect to be that good for us. And I mean, you're not wrong. This isn't amazing for my Charjabug in the backline, but I feel like it's also not terrible here. We'll bring in Charjabug, because Volt Switch is a pretty efficient move, all things considered. And they give us a full Volt Switch sneak, which is absolutely fantastic here. The catch could be a little bit annoying if they go for it here this game, but I hopefully can watch that happening. Okay, they top lefted. I was like, I don't see another Mud Slap coming through. They might be trying to catch, but no, they realized at that point I meant back-to-back moves. Even a catch probably doesn't really save them, and we're able to get a nice early win. Love to see it. All right, next battle. Let's see if we can keep it up here. Abomasnow as the lead into a Melmetal. That is not the best lead that I could have seen here. Honestly, it's pretty bad, but we'll swap into Charjabug and see what moveset they're on. There's a chance they're not on Rock Slide here. We end up seeing a Goodra come in. So it is looking a little bit rough so far, but I mean, Goodra's not the hardest counter to Charjabug I've ever seen in my life, right? Because Goodra here only has Aqua Tail as a charge attack to throw into me, unless they're running Draco Meteor. And Aqua Tail's not going to knock us out from this range, and 2 of these X-Scissors will knock them out. What I'm trying to get at here is I should win a switch or shield advantage out of this matchup, although the longer it goes on, the better it does end up getting here for the Goodra. Alright. They end up throwing an Aqua Tail. It's not going to knock us out, but I don't know if they can Dragon Breath us down before I get my move or not. We'll see. I think there's a chance I get another move, so I force more energy out of them. Yeah, I actually do. That's not terrible, I suppose. And Goodra only has Aqua Tail Thunder Punch, right? The charge attack pressure into Abomasnow is going to be very pitiful, so I should be able to no-shield everything, Powder Snow down, and while, you know, the energy will be resisted into the Melmetal, maybe I can save the energy for the backline, and Melmetal's not bulky as well, so maybe it's not the worst thing out there. But the moveset that's going to be on this Melmetal is kind of up in the air at this point. I don't know if they're on Thunderbolt, Rock Slide, Superpower, Double Iron Bash. There's a lot of options, right? Alright, they come in for Alligator here, which is a little bit awkward in a way, because these Shadow Claws do a lot of damage. If it was a Shadow for Alligator, I could guarantee a knockout with a Shadow Ball. but I don't have that, obviously. I'm going to shield this just in case it's a crunch, but it probably won't be. Yeah, just a Hydro Cannon. 11. I mean, here's the thing. I'm still going to shield this up. It might be a misplay, but I'm going to. They're at 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I think that Melmetal is still going to struggle to knock out my Jellicent here. And I'm hoping that I knock out with this Shadow Ball. If I don't, that's kind of bad. We'll see. Shadow Ball doesn't quite get the knockout. I have to swap, but they know that, so they swap too. Really nice play there by our opponent. And that's going to make this game really come down to the wire now. Energy Ball, though, is going to hurt. And if they can't knock us out with one charge attack here, then maybe we can still have some play. What are they going to go for? Probably a double Iron Bash, right? Yeah, it doesn't quite one-shot us, but it puts us pretty low. And they throw a second here to knock us out before I can get a Weather Ball through. So I need to survive a Hydro Cannon plus 2 Thunder Shocks, and I don't know if I have the HP for it. Honestly, I don't think I do. I think the Hydro Cannon knocks us out, unfortunately. Really heads-up play by our opponent, swapping out of that for Alligator and not letting me snipe him down. We knock out the Melmetal, but just barely, because they were the non-Shadow Gator, they were able to survive a little bit too long with this Pokemon. That's so sad. Nearly came back from a really bad lead here. Yeah, that resisted damage just a little bit too much. It's really the Shadow Claws that put in the work in that matchup, but, you know, I think we tried our best there. We got our next game here, and we're going to see an Abomasnow once again into Gastrodon. Amazing, amazing. We're actually really good against this Pokemon. Really, only Charge Bug wants to avoid this, but even then, it's playable. We actually see an opposing Charge Bug, which is kind of crazy. This is like our second Charge Bug we've seen already today, which is so strange, saying, I have one myself. Maybe it's the Charge Bug day. Although I don't think they've been costumed, right? I'm running the cooler looking one. We'll bring in Charge Bug here, because this is my one bad matchup into Gastrodon, so I might as well. And honestly, I want to take a second move here from this Charge Bug if I can. I don't want to give a big farm down over to that Gastrodon. They're at the X-Scissor now. I don't throw energy because, as I said, I want to give them less farm on the Gastrodon when they come back in. And if that happens, then hopefully my Abomasnow and my Jellicent are going to be even better into them. Alright, X-Scissor. They might have just caught there, which is totally fine if they did. And they actually did go for a swap out. But I have so much energy here, and I am not scared of that Charge-a-Bug. At this point, I'm just going to go for the second move. Not that I really have much choice. But I'll go for this move here, and then I'll be able to swap into my Abomasnow. They're at 2, 3, 4, 5. They'll get 2 Body Slams into us, which is a little bit annoying. But they should still be 1 away from a move on that Charge-a-Bug. And we don't know what's in the backline just yet. There's a chance the final Pokemon here could be very good for us. I'm actually going to go for a Weather Ball. I don't want to take this move if I can help it. And this will also stall out the switch clock a little bit longer, just in case I want to swap out of my Abomasnow. In the back is a Fortress on Volt Switch. Interesting. Double Bug Team. Well, I mean, Abomasnow is, not really good into this Pokemon, but it's probably not as bad as it could be otherwise. Okay, and they sacrifice their Charge-a-Bug here, which is even better, because I was kind of worried about Charge-a-Bug still. Double Bug-type Volt Switch users is such an interesting team, I guess. Alright, do they start shielding this? If they no-shield this, it's gonna get so weird in the endgame. I guess we'll see. They no-shield, but I'm gonna be able to land another one here before they can farm us down. And they're gonna have to shield this. The only weird thing that's gonna happen right now this game is they're at 100 energy, and I don't really know, how we're gonna knock this out specifically, but I have a plan. And I think it's called Fast Move Pressure. But the first plan is just to catch the first move, because I think that's also a very cool play that we could try to do. They do Rock Tomb us. But I think even if they lock us in with a debuff here, that's still fine. Alright. Like, my lose condition, if there is one, is they double bait Rock Tombs, and then they Earthquake us. Which I don't even know if that is a possible lose condition, but, like, that's the worst thing that could happen. And we're so close to the next surf anyway, and it's a fortress, right? So Earthquake probably doesn't even knock us out despite the super effective damage. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think there's really much of a hope for them. They seem to agree, so we got the win there. Nice. We got our next opponent, and we're gonna see Abomasnow into Altaria. Beautiful lead. Although the charge attack pressure here could be a little bit scary if they happen to, do something with that later on this game. But we swap out quickly enough not to, be in a really bad spot against this Pokemon. We resist the Bullet Punch damage here, and because Charge Bug is neutral to Night Slash, I should be able to pretty consistently neutralize this pick here unless they boost. Honestly, I really shouldn't even, say that, because when I say, unless they boost, it's almost a guarantee it's going to happen, right? But luckily they didn't here. Really smart play by them. I see exactly what they're doing, and I think I really like that play by them. Although these Dragon Breaths aren't doing quite as much damage as they probably were hoping for. But if they get a huge farm down here, the one thing is Altaria's charge attacks actually do quite a bit of damage to Abomasnow, right? So, potentially, if they farm us all the way down, they might be able to go for 2 attacks into Abomasnow, get both shields down, and then I might be in a more precarious position. But Discharge here, gonna put him pretty low. Honestly, I'm gonna swap out. I can't give him this. I'll go for a shield, I guess. Might as well at this point use 1 shield. It's probably a Sky attack, but it could be a bigger charge attack, like a Flamethrower that would definitely one-shot us. Okay, and we actually just see their final Pokemon here is a Morpeko. So, I guess probably for the best to have baited this out. This is still going to be kind of a close game, though, because Morpeko is very offensive, right? There's a chance here, maybe if they do enough damage, if they debuff us enough, maybe they could be in a spot where they can farm through us now. But we'll try to not let that happen. Alright, I don't think they can farm us down here. 3, 4. Alright, they throw immediately. I see what they're going to try to do here, and it is a little bit scary. They're going to try to catch a Weather Ball, and that could be bad for us if I let that happen. So instead we wait. We wait, and we wait, and we wait, and now we should Hex down the Altaria, have a move on both Abomasnow and Jellicent. There we go. Okay, nice. Just had to play a little bit more precisely to win that endgame there, because, man, Morpeko is such an annoying Pokemon. Next game. We'll see our Abomasnow into Ninetales. Okay, well, I mean, this is honestly not great, but we'll see what they're on here as their fast move. Okay. I want to get his shield here first if I can. That was a CMP, it looks like, after 7 fast moves, so it could be a Dazzling Gleam on their end. Might just be a Weather Ball, though. And we likely get his shield here with... Oh, we don't? Okay, that's fine by me, too. Now they're closer to fast move farm down range, which is a little bit more manageable. They're going to go for a Gleam here, so they full send. That's a lot of damage against us. I'll bring in the Charge Bug, and I'll start trying to farm down. And that Volt Switch there might knock out. It's going to be close. I think they might survive on 1 HP, but we'll see if they can swap out or not, or if that just knocks out. Weather Ball gets a shield. We do actually knock out, and we end up seeing a Water Gun Lantern come in. That's kind of unique. So they should be at 9 right now. It takes 15 Water Guns to reach the first surf. And I don't think the first surf's going to knock us out anyway. And man, these Volt Switches are really adding up here. I remember back in the day when Lantern was really hard meta, and Charge Bug was kind of like the off-meta electric type. This matchup was always pretty close, but after that Volt Switch buff, this is honestly not that bad. This might be weird, but I'm going to shield this. I feel like if you come in Lantern into Charge Bug, then it might not be a bad idea to just shield this, farm down, and use my energy against their final Pokemon. Whoa, that's not great. I did need my Charge Bug still. But man, a Spiritomb in the back line is not great to see. My only win condition is, if they throw energy here to knock us out, I think. Because a Shadow Ball easily one-shots Jellicent, right? I think I just have to swap. I don't know. I can't bank on them making a mistake here. I have to, instead bank on... I don't know why I went for a Surf. But I don't survive anyway. Ah, man. Spiritomb. Oh, no. That is not what I thought would be in the backline. Yeah, that just one-shots. Ah. Alright, well, maybe they throw energy here. No. Oh, they do. Wait, maybe I could have stayed in and forced them to throw energy against us earlier. Maybe I get a move off with my Abomasnow. I'm 4 away, though. I think I just get Sucker Punch down here. Ah, man. Okay, well, Spiritom's actually a pretty cool pick. I'm happy to lose to a Spiritomb of all things. Kind of thought that was a Sableye when I first saw that typing come in. Okay, you know what? 3-2 is honestly not super bad. Trying out kind of a weird theme team here. Let's see if we can keep it going, though, in the next set. Our next game. Let's see what Abomasnow will find in the lead this time. Pangoro. Don't love that, necessarily. But, maybe playable. I'm going to build some energy here. And then try to catch a move on my Charjabug. But, I think it's almost always just going to be a Night Slash. But either way, just getting energy there could be a little bit annoying for them. Oh, it's a close combat. Nice. That's a huge move to catch. And, baiting out his Shadow Talonflame is also kind of fine. Because I get a lot of Volt Switch damage, as well as a Discharge through here. But they do get 3 Incinerates out of it, so, it's not like the best case scenario by any means. But maybe it's going to be playable. Okay. Not the best timing by them here. I'm going to shield the first one, just in case for some reason they are running Brave Bird, although I would be a little bit surprised to see that. They're likely going to throw immediately once again. Yeah. I'll no-shield this, though, because I know a Fly's not going to one-shot us. It will put us down pretty low, though, which I don't love. But I have some energy on my Abomasnow. I have some energy on my Jellicent as well, so they likely do have to let this move through at this point. Let's see what they do. Yeah, they do let it go. Goro might come back in, but I have a Surf ready to go here, which is also going to do a lot of damage to them. If they let this go, then I can even come in with Abomasnow and try to Powder Snow down. Okay. 3, 4. That's only a Night Slash, man. I'm gonna no-shield this. I feel like a shield would be better used in the backline. Okay. That's not unplayable. Because obviously here, their fast attack pressure is not going to do a lot of damage to us. And I'm going to get a lot of damage off with my Abomasnow. But they have a lot of energy, too, on this Pokemon that they can build up very quickly, which is the scary part about this. Do they no-shield? They do. That's a smart play. I think I need to shield this, right? There's no way around it right now. Don't boost, please. Thank you. I think I need to be able to fast move down this Corviknight here, which is going to be a very hard thing to do, but maybe it's going to be possible. Powder Snow damage is going to add up quite a bit. If I caught an Air Cutter here, then I think I just won the game. And I think this will be an Air Cutter, right? I'd be surprised if it were anything else. Yeah, Air Cutter. They don't have a lot of fast move pressure here. Hexes are going to add up. And now I have a Charge Attack ready to go. Okay, I think that catch was... I think it was required. I think they would have got a payback off against us if I didn't. So, that was a very clutch endgame there. Love to see it. Alright, next game. Abomasnow into Shadow Annihilate. Pretty bad lead matchup, although we have 2 fighting resists in the back here. Let's see if we're going to get hard countered by like a Bastion in the back. Oh, uh-oh. Well, this is likely a loss here. But, there's a chance that it's not a Wigglytuff as the third. They're a little bit soft to Jellicent so far. Maybe they're triple weak to Jellicent. Massive damage. Wait, how do I even, finish this off once my Charjabug goes down? This is bad news. Oh, man. Buff Charjabug. Give Charjabug Earthquake, man. Uh-oh. I need, 2 more discharges here. And these Smackdowns are doing just too much to us. What are the odds they're actually triple weak to Jellicent, Maybe there's a chance. I'm gonna hard swap my Jellion now, because I think I literally have to hope. Well, we called the lead from, literally moment 3 of this game. I don't think I was ever gonna have a chance. Oh my goodness. Alright, next game. We'll have to win this one. It's gonna be Abomasnow into Florges. That's not a bad lead. We resist most of the damage this can throw, unless they're not running the standard moveset here. And they are staying in, which is kind of interesting. We'll just straight up go for a Weather Ball, because I don't want them to Chilling Water me or something and start debuffing me. That'd be annoying. Like, here's the thing. If you're staying in this matchup, that surely means you're about to Moonblast me, right? If this is a Chilling Water and I shield this up, I'll feel a little bit silly. But no, that's a Moonblast, so good shield. Now they're gonna take a lot of unnecessary damage here. And they come in Shadow Dusknoir. Alright. Well, that's not terrible. I can just stay in again and go for a lot of Weather Balls. Okay, they actually let that go. Alright, we not only catch a Shadow Punch here, but we also snuck a full Volt Switch through. I don't know if 2 more Volt Switches can knock out, but either way, it's going to do a lot of fast move pressure against them. It doesn't look like it's quite enough here. We'll go for the X-Scissor, because why not? This way, we force a shield out of them, or maybe we get a knockout here, depending on what they want to do. And we still have a lot of energy on Abomasnow. We're 2 Volt Switches away from potentially reaching another attack with this. And we see the final Pokemon is actually another thing fairly weak to Abomasnow, but Abomasnow's not, like, super healthy at this point, which is a little bit scary. But Jellicent is also not that bad against this, so we'll see what they want to do. And, okay, they have a lot of energy right now. Not that that really matters, because I think we're fine, but maybe we're not. Alright. They should be on Chilling Water as their second move, so we should be able to no-shield the first attack, and it's not going to, like, ramp up their attack or anything crazy. Alright. No-shield this. Moonblast will hurt quite a bit, but getting energy here is also very important, because energy against that Charger Bug should be able to knock him out now with, like, a Surf or a Weather Ball. Yeah, we have a lot of energy. We have a lot of energy as well on our Abomasnow. So despite Charger Bug, you know, maybe being a bit annoying for a Jellicent, we were able to dance around it. Let's go. Got our next game. Alright, we're going to see Abomasnow into Shadow Dusknoir. Okay. Well, honestly, we just saw this a second ago. Weather Ball does quite a bit of damage, and I do outpace them here, so I don't feel like I'm in a terrible spot. Maybe in the 2-shield matchup, these Astonishes start really shredding my HP. It's kind of hard to say. I could, like, no-shield a Shadow Punch bait as well. But I feel like, I don't know, I'd rather just consistently deal with this Pokemon and shield baits, rather than play it risky and try to be like, oh, I'm going to no-shield this and get Dynamic Punch. Because if I do get Dynamic Punch here, it could be kind of annoying to finish this off. But yeah, there's the Shadow Punches we kind of figured there would be. Alright. Not my favorite Pokemon to see here. I'm not going to lie. But I feel like we have enough play against this Pokemon that maybe it's not too bad. We get a defense drop, which is pretty nice too. And we catch and sneak. I don't know what they threw against us here, but mainly landing that Volt Switch sneak is really nice. They Body Slam, so they can outpace us to a second Body Slam here. And they do end up throwing it immediately. But now I can do 2 more Volt Switches and then throw my next move against them. Alright. Unfortunately, even with that defense drop, can't quite farm him down here. I'll go for the Discharge just in case that Abomasnow, or rather that Dusknoir tries to come back in. We don't see it come back in though, so obviously Licky Licky either goes down, or we get a shield. Okay, down goes that Pokemon. That comes in that Dusknoir, and I do believe now they should be at a Shadow Punch, right? They probably let this go though. Alright. I could shield this up, but I think the better play is to try to go for like a Hex down here, and hope that Licky Licky and Dusknoir were their 2 best answers to Jellicent. But there's always a chance it's like a Wigglytuff in the backline, because I think Wigglytuff doesn't make, you know, the least amount of sense with this team so far. Oh, but it says Shadow Celio, which is actually amazing for us. One of the better Pokemon I could see. Alright. Although we do know here that while Celio does resist a lot of, or while I resist a lot of the damage Celio can throw, it is a very offensive Pokemon, so it can still do quite a bit of work here. Alright, well, what I'm going to do here, it's kind of weird, but I'm just going to throw an Alignment, because now I can come back and Charge a Bug if they're not going to have thrown yet. Oh, okay, they've given up. That makes sense, too, because, like, there's really not much play for them with my Charge a Bug, especially in the back line, that can go for the Volt Switch down. Next opponent, we'll see what our Abomasnow can do this time. It's been working out pretty good so far. We do see a Dunsparce on the lead, which, on paper, pretty bad core breaker for the team, but I don't think Dunsparce is good enough into Abomasnow to, like, destroy us? You know, we'll see, though. I'll go for what could be an Energy Ball, but I want to outpace them here, so I'm going to go for 2 Weather Balls just all the time. And we'll see how they want to play this out. Actually, no, I'm going to try to catch a Rock Slide here. And again, this might be a weird play, because, like, I'm locking my Ghost type into a normal type, but Dunsparce isn't doing a lot of efficient damage against us. So I'm not that concerned. And in fact, we actually bait out a Pokemon that's pretty nice to see here. We see the Unovan Stunfisk, so 2 Pokemon so far kind of weak to Mudslap users. Wonder if there's going to be like a Flying-type Pokemon in the back. And while this isn't necessarily a great matchup for Jellicent, I think they need to throw 2 Charge Attacks to knock us out. And they just misplayed massively here by letting us get to this next Surf here before throwing a move. Now I can CMP potentially, swap back into my Abomasnow if they don't CMP, and at this point, we're not in a terrible position, I'd say. We get a shield here, we swap back into the Snowman, and we can start putting a lot of pressure on this game. Like, do they want to shield this? They might, but they're also getting close to X-Scissor range too. So this isn't unplayable. Yeah, we just knock that out. And luckily for us, the Dunsparce is what just comes back in. And the worst thing about Dunsparce, as I've been talking, it's not the most efficient Pokemon in the game. It has a lot of great coverage, but it is a little bit slow to reaching moves, and rollout fast move pressure is not that scary to me. I can knock this out now with the Weather Ball, with my Powder Snow strip damage that we've already got. And we either get a shield here or a knockout. We get a shield, so, I mean, I'll just match shields at this point. I can build up a little bit of extra energy to try to outpace whatever their third Pokemon is, just in case Charge Bug's not good into it. But I feel like a Flying type is pretty likely. Alright, we go for 2 there to not take that final rollout, and now this should get the knockout. And then we have 3 Pokemon against 1 in the back. What's it gonna be? Yeah, there it is, the Flying type as we thought it would be. Luckily, even my Charge Bug could easily destroy that, so we didn't even need our Abomasnow at that point. But let's go. And with that, we get a 4-in-1 set here. Okay, you know, honestly, this team's working out so much better than I thought it would. Charjabug is such a good core breaker right now in the back, and honestly, Abomasnow in the lead. Oh, almost got to Expert. But Abomasnow put in so much work here today, too. Abomasnow is actually just such a good core breaker, though, right now. As long as you're not in a matchup like against a Fire type, a Fighting type, or a Steel type Pokemon, you have so much neutral play, even. This Pokemon's a lot of fun to use, and Jellicent and Charjabug were very good compliments to it today. So if you want to try out this team, give it a go. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.